Hello. I want to take this moment right now and talk to everyone about phishing. Rutgers is witnessing an increase in phishing-related scams that are targeting the theft of our users' credentials. The sophistication and frequency of these attacks are alarming, and measures to mitigate and protect must be implemented. Did you know the most common way for your NetID and password to become compromised is through a phishing scam? Phishing scams are a form of social engineering and are typically email messages that appear to come from a legitimate source, such as from the university, your bank, or even one of your service providers. These scams are designed to induce a sense of urgency and importance that trick you into responding to the attacker's request immediately. Often, these phishing scams are designed to get you to divulge private information, such as your Rutgers NetID credentials, social security number, or even your bank account information. This information gives attackers exactly what they need to commit identity theft. So, the big question of the day, how do I avoid phishing scams? Well, for starters, never give your account information to anyone. This includes your family or friends. And always remember that Rutgers will never request passwords or personal information through email. Actually, it is good practice to never send any type of sensitive information through email. This not only includes passwords, but also information such as your social security number, credit card numbers, or any other types of personally identifiable information. Email is not a secured medium, as others can intercept the email and read it, much the same way that a letter sent through ground mail can be opened and read. Phishing scams can be effective, but they are not guaranteed. Being aware of these scams and using common sense is the best defense to avoid becoming a victim. Let's take a closer look at some of the indicators to help us identify these scams. First, verify the email address. Attackers will often create an email address that looks almost identical to the address they are attempting to spoof. They also have ways of imitating names and email addresses to make the email appear it is coming from a person you may know. Keep an eye out for misspellings, additional letters, or periods within the address. Verify that the address is coming from the correct domain and not from a free account such as Google or Yahoo. Simply clicking or hovering over the email address will reveal the true identity of the sender. Next, always pay attention to the grammar. Many times attackers quickly write the spoof email but fail to check for misspellings and punctuation mistakes. Many of these attacks originate from foreign locations where English isn't their first language. Always take notice of the tone of the email. Attackers want to create the illusion of distress or urgency in the tone of the email in hopes that you, the victim, will respond instantly. Allowing time to think about the nature of the email may help identify its legitimacy. Never click on a link within an email, especially if they are hidden within an embedded hyperlink. Don't take a suspected link at face value. Hovering over the link will reveal the link's true destination. If an email is asking you to follow a link to a Rutgers service, such as my.rutgers, Sakai, or Moodle, go directly to that site and log in instead. If there's a legitimate reason for you to log in, you should be able to access the service directly. Last but not least, simply ask others. If the email seems suspicious but you feel unsure, talk to your colleague and get their opinions. It's possible they received the same or a similar email. Contact your IT team for assistance on identifying the email's origins. Your IT team can review the email and provide an accurate response. You can also contact the sender directly via a quick phone call or an email to verify that they indeed sent that request. If you feel that you have become the victim of a phishing attack, you should take immediate action. Many times, your quick response can make the most difference. First, update and scan your device. The number one way attackers spread malware is through email phishing attacks. Identity thieves don't install malware or other types of viruses with the intention of only causing you the headache of a disabled computer. These attackers are planning code that infects your computer and secretly gathers information such as names, passwords, credit card numbers, account logins, phone numbers, or any other type of personal information you may have stored or have transmitted from the infected device. Your next step is to protect yourself against identity theft. Identity theft is a crime in which your personal information, such as your name, social security number, date of birth, and address are stolen and may be used by someone to assume your identity, often for the purpose of financial gain. To learn more about identity theft and ways to better protect your identity, please visit rusecure.rutgers.edu/identity theft. Always remember to change your password after an attack. Your password is the first line of defense when protecting your online identity. Attackers aren't passive and won't wait around for months waiting for an opportunity to log into your online account to steal whatever information is available. If the attacker was able to obtain your password during a phishing attack, they will exploit it as soon as possible. Changing your password is just the beginning. Many people tend to use the same password for multiple accounts. If this bad habit is something that you practice, then it's a good idea to reset the passwords on those accounts as well. Lastly, if it's offered, activate two-factor authentication. Here at Rutgers, NetID Plus is our two-factor authentication technology. It provides an extra layer of security to cache protected resources. Here is a short video with some information on NetID Plus. The Office of Information Technology is pleased to introduce to you all NetID Plus. As cybercrime continues to increase throughout companies and organizations all over the world, simply having a strong password is not enough to keep your online accounts safe. A person who steals your credentials can gain access to all of your data and wreak havoc with nothing to stand in their way. Rutgers NetID Plus is enhanced with the power of Duo, a tool that provides an additional layer of protection to your NetID using two-factor authentication technology. This means that your NetID not only uses something you know, your password, but also something you have, such as your mobile device. It's proven that two-factor authentication increases security to your data, applications, and the resources accessed by your Rutgers Online account. It provides you with that extra layer of protection if your password is ever lost or stolen. Let's take a look at how NetID Plus using Duo works. After setting up two-factor authentication with Duo, you would log into any Rutgers protected site as you would normally do. But now you will receive a notification sent directly to your mobile device. The notification will ask you to confirm your identity. If it was you who attempted to log in, simply click Approve. But if it wasn't you, click Deny to halt the unauthorized login attempt. Faculty and staff are all partners in creating a secure computing environment. Be proactive in the fight to keep technologies and private information safe and secure. Enable NetID Plus on your Rutgers account now. For more information about NetID Plus, please visit rusecure.rutgers.edu/netid-plus.